So I got this question from a young viewer, a kid probably in his 20s, and he asked me a very important question. He says, what should I do to make time more effective for me? Now, when I first read his question, I was a bit confounded. I had it twofold, and I had to think about it for a while. So I'm going to address this question specifically to each and every one of you who are taking time to watch this video. I'm going to address it simply as your time. And I think that was what he was referring to, how he should spend his time. Let's start from the very beginning with all of you. The moment you came out of your mother's womb, your time, not time in general, but your time began on this planet. And it's been ticking ever since. Every day in your life, you are making decisions around your time. Your time for work, your time for leisure, your time for your family, your time for eating, your time for sleeping, your time for working, your time for fucking, your time for everything is all based on a specific process that is very unique to your life, which is your time. Your time is not like my time, because we all use our time in a very different sequence. I have no idea what goes on in you folks' lives that watch my videos, so, what I do with my time is completely ancillary to what you do with your time, even though we may have similar interests and similar, life-forming habits or whatever. That's not what I'm getting at. I am suggesting to you that after you take the time out to watch this video, that you take a little bit more time for yourself and ask a very important question. How am I spending my time? I'll give you a good example. Let's talk about people in your life for one moment here. How many of you have gone to friends' funerals and said to your other buddies there, geez, I sure wish I'd have spent more time with this person? Time is something, your time is something that you don't get back. You have to use your time in the most effective manner that you possibly can. You have to make time for things that are important. I know life is nothing but work, and it's responsibilities and family obligations, marital obligations, financial obligations, and there's social obligations. Somehow, some way, as we go through life, we try to balance all this shit. And it gets complicated. Things get out of order, things go into disarray. We are moody creatures by nature. We tell people to fuck off, and we don't want to see them no more, and then find out 2 weeks later they're dead. I will use myself as an example. A very good friend of mine, a fantastic mentor who I worked with for a number of years and became very good friends with him, just suddenly up and died. And just before that happened, I was thinking about him, and I was going to even call him and say, hey, how you doing? And I didn't. And when I found out what had happened to him, I cried like a baby. Again, that symbol came into my brain, that big symbol of the grandfather clock. Time. My time is ticking. Not the time of the universe, not the time of the earth. My time, my personal time that I have on this planet. And each and every one of us has a clock that's ticking. Remember Through the Looking Glass, where the timekeeper, he's got that time clock in the back of his head? Well, your clock is going to stop one day. And that's it. Time's up. Now what do? You're fucked. You're dead. You can't do anything. Your time is a very unique process. The people you spend it with, the duties and activities that you engage in, the time that you give yourself to others, and the time that people give you, that is still a part of your time as well. They're using their time to interconnect with your time. So you never thought of it that way. The people that are important in your life are also sacrificing their time to spend with you. You see, it's all connected, but it's a very intricate process. And you have to acknowledge that, and you have to grasp it, and you need to respect that, because one day it will cease. What are you doing with your time? What are you not doing that you should be doing with people, places, things? You know, I talked about this a little bit in the last video. So I'm trying to get a little bit more specific about it now because you don't want to hear this, and I don't want to be pessimistic, but you are running out of time. Your time is ticking right now. Your time is going right now as you're watching this video. What are you going to do? What do you want to do? How should you be spending your time more wisely? Successful people in this world have very, very, how can I say it, highly constructed schedules on how they set time aside for each and everything that is important and even non-important in their life. What is important in your life that you make time for? What is not important in your life that you don't make time for? I guess you don't care about that because it's not important, so you don't make time for it. But you're still making time for it by not making time for it. What I'm saying to you, friends, as you look at this beautiful scenery here on top of this huge mountain that I'm on, it's sort of like this. We come to the edge. I can fall over and end time, my time. Or I can turn around and use my time more wisely. Look for things. Look for the lost souls that I abandoned long ago, or look for new ones that I can engage with and have insanely lavish conversations with and dialogue. It's up to me how I use my time. My time is sacred. The ancient Mayans taught us this thousands of years ago with their calendars. Everything was sacred to the Mayans because it was all rooted in time. Nature, life, misery, happiness, sadness, prosperity, success, failure, all part of your time. Everything in your life is connected to your time. When this video ends, you should see time in a different light. Because if you don't, you've just wasted more time. I will see you next time.